Yes, stagnation, crypto warriors,
Champions.
ladies and gentlemen of the cryptoverse, if you will. Is it metaverse? They say.
Metaverse.
Incredible. Good to be back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the morning to you. Happy Monday.
Choo choo.
It's an incredible one. How was your weekend, Double?
Oh man, we were out there enjoying nature,
Mm.
looking at the trees change color, hanging out with some alpacas.
Soft life, is that what they call it these days?
Hey man,
Listen, man.
that's what life is about.
A lot of people want soft life these days, man. But I think they might be realizing that soft life does not come easy. Anyway, let's jump right into this situation today, man. I am absolutely excited for today's topic. Should be a fun one.
Mm, mm, mm.
But before we do so, let's see who is in the building, man. Let's say good morning to the people. Yeah, let's not be rude. We have BK Crypto in that's listen, man. The BK squad, our brothers and sisters of the BK Nation, man.
Boom.
Great things coming. Uh, Looking forward to some amazing ideas. Right?
Value creation.
Okay. If you don't know, okay,
You will find out soon.
you better find out. All right, we have El Demnam L in the Hizal. Okay, he says, "Good morning, gentlemen. Happy Monday. Happy
Brother
Monday to
man,
you
we
too,
miss you.
champion."
Yeah, we missed you last
Okay.
week.
Yeah. He says he likes the blue coffee.
Oh yeah, man. I'm telling you, man, it's coming. We should probably put it on BK's website.
Hey, actually, hey, talk to BK about it. That might not be a bad idea. You know, listen, selling kufis. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to sell this one yet, but it'd be cool to sell some kufis. Well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at what is happening in the market here, and then we're going to be diving into our topic today. Um, to be honest, the title of the of today's show, it's one that we had to really think about it a lot, but we'll just dive right into it because we think that this is something that it's a way of thinking, right?
Yeah, we actually started out recording it yesterday, and they were like, "Nah."
Yeah, we're talking for like almost 20 minutes. Then in the end, we realized that we had not even hit record.
They were like, "You
So
know what? Let's keep it for Monday."
listen, man, maybe it's the old age that is running up on me. You know, I knew that at some point in time I'll be fading away, but I do not expect it to be so
No,
soon.
no, no, man. You ain't fitting anytime soon, man. We need you.
Nah, listen, I want to fade in glory, man. There's something in America where people are afraid to get old. People don't want to get old. Okay, I
You,
want to get old, bro.
you
I
go,
want to get old,
no
and then
plastic surgery.
no plastic surgery, bro. Let my face droop to the day I die. Anyway, look at this today, man. Bitcoin over 30K.
Damn.
And it seems to be holding. Hmm?
Man, each time I look at those candles, I'm like, yeah, it's about to go. That's why I can buy some more. Nope.
Listen, this is where the Bitcoin maxis all start getting excited. I'm pretty sure they've been tweeting already, talking
Yeah,
about, oh,
yeah.
you're going to get crushed. Bitcoin, what is it called again? Superior money.
Yo,
Then the next day it drops and they all go back into their cave. Madness. Anyway, Bitcoin sitting at $30,000 and seems to be rising.
it
Uh,
almost touched 31 over the night.
yeah,
It was
well,
30,800.
I said seems to be rising. I said seems it's going to keep going, keep rising from here. I saw you made some TA
Yeah, I did some technical
additions
analysis.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk to us, sir.
So on the daily chat, we see head and shoulder.
Right.
I'm not sure if you want to zoom in or zoom out, but there's an head and
Uh,
shoulder forming on the daily chart if you're looking at that closely. But then the other head is missing right there. So that's the shoulder, and that's the head, and that's the other shoulder. But if you also look closer, you have a double bottom, which are the two circles at the bottom there.
mhm.
So you could have a double bottom where this price just keeps going up.
Yeah.
So right now, I just think that it's very relevant to what's going on with the relative strength index, which is the RSI.
Mm.
RSI is already crossing 70, but the stochastic is still below 70. So that yellow needs to catch up with the purple there. So we might still have some upward movement on the daily chart. On the 4 hour, though, it's already up there. It's trying to see if it's going to push it back down. But we need to break through this phase for this double bottom to become a reality. And I think we're going to be touching like 32, 34K
Okay.
if the double bottom goes. If it's the Head and Shoulder though, we're gonna probably come back to like 26,000 or so.
Okay.
So that's the current dangers and kind of in terms of charts.
There's one thing you pointed out there that I want to um, give you a different perspective.
Yep.
I'm not saying that sometimes maybe one might be so bullish
Yep.
that they convince themselves that everything they're seeing on the chart is bullish.
Yep.
For example, you said that is a double bottom
Yep.
and a head and shoulders.
Yep.
I want to touch on the head and shoulder situation.
Yeah. The shoulder is forming. The other shoulder is forming,
No,
but will not
pause
show
that.
up.
Let me finish. Hold up. Let me show you. How can you say it's a head and shoulders? Why are you not saying it's a triple bottom or a triple head?
A triple
A
head.
triple top, rather. Jesus Christ, man.
A
This
triple
who
top
came up
is
with all this
hell.
stuff? Exactly. That could be a triple top.
Fuck.
Could it not be?
If it's a triple top, and
Do
let's
you not see
say,
what I'm saying there?
yeah, yeah, it could be a triple top. I
Yeah.
mean, we don't have the next candle yet. But if it's a triple top, guys, we're gonna see some
It has
20K.
paused in a resistance zone.
Yeah, it is in the resistance zone.
Yeah. So if it is a triple top, then what happens?
We're coming down. We're coming down to like 20,000, y'all. We're coming
Oh,
down.
absolutely incredible. But definitely, I
There's
see
gonna
what
be
you're
some
saying
cheap ass
there.
Bitcoin. But what could cause the triple top could be if the SEC that comes up with one of their BS or they ain't approving nothing again, and then the price comes dumping back down.
Absolutely.
Or maybe
Absolutely.
the Binance situation, who knows?
Well,
Or the Tether situation, who knows?
there is always something going on. As you said, I think it was what was it coin telegraph or
Cointelegraph,
whatever.
yeah, came up with that big FOMO
Yeah.
news.
Well, just browsing overall, it seems that the overall market sentiment
Mm,
seems to be
super bullish everywhere.
positive,
You
right?
guys, have you guys noticed how the media literally controls the trend?
Yeah, they do.
At one point, it's all sad news.
Yeah.
And then now it's like all hype, 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 hype.
Well, they say understand the patterns and then you can play the game, right? So,
Yeah.
well, let's talk about what we're going to be looking at today. Double O. What do we have here?
We're trying to change minds, y'all.
Hmm,
Trying to flip your mind.
absolutely. So we have if we're going to be reacting to a video here. We're going to be sharing this video with you, sharing our perspective as well on this. But I think that this is absolutely powerful, even though the page does not want to load now.
Yep.
But I think that this is it's a definitely a powerful way of thinking. It's definitely a way that I've been thinking myself for most of my life. In my case, obviously, for everyone is going to be different. But I think in my case, I kind of started adopting this mindset, or not intentionally, but I went to boarding school. Um,
At a very young age.
yeah, I think I was like 10 or 11 when I was in boarding school. So instantly, you're thrown into this situation where you have to make the best decisions to stay alive,
You gotta survive.
essentially. Exactly, right? And it's it's in an environment that it's not safe at all, right? I encountered venomous
Snakes
snakes while just doing some work.
going down
Right?
the stream to fetch some water.
Exactly. But all of these things, right? And I think that experience gives you this emoji, gives you this ability to start thinking for yourself
Yes,
from a
sir.
very young age, right? And that's what we're going to be looking at here because our African brother here, hmm, he dives deep into the mental uh, description of what it is to be an independent mind.
Into your medulla oblongata.
Well, we're not further ado, ladies and gentlemen. Let's play this thing.
Let's go.
Key to making it in life is all about doing things the opposite of what the crowd does because most people are lazy in terms of thinking for themselves.
Yeah,
When he said this, I was like, man, this is pressing all over again.
I know. I
Like
know.
literally, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed.
I
Every
know.
single time on the show, it's like
I
people are
know.
lazy.
Listen, there's been multiple videos where I have straight out said people are lazy. I've said it so many times. And I'm not saying it because, I just want to be, salty or that I'm mad at anyone or anything else like that. I think people have uh, a bad perception, or maybe let's say negative perception of what it means to be lazy. It's just simply defining, you know, the actions that you're taking,
Mm.
right? That are hindering you from achieving the things that you want, right? So, say for example, if you spend your days waking up early as heck, going into work. I know that most of society does this. We cannot say that you're lazy because
Nope.
most people wake up,
Nope.
they go to work, grind the 9 to 5, come back home, right? But they take this value that they have earned and they go deposit it into a bank that we all agree as a society that we do not trust. Yet, they will not take the time out to find out how they can better protect their wealth.
Mm,
That is laziness,
mm,
you know?
mm.
So,
Even worse,
yeah.
right? You're so lazy, right? You have to go and get the Amazon, what's it called again? The Amazon app.
Yeah.
You can't flip on the switch,
Oh, this is true.
right? And then now you give Amazon access to your private information, to your private life, so that they can now control your mind
Yeah.
in the name of
Yeah.
convenience.
Which I mean, really, all you have to do is just get up and turn on the light switch. But no, you rather give up your whole private data just so that you can turn on the switch without getting up. It's lazy. Good points there, sir. We'll push on.
And all the things that form their core beliefs are not things that they have worked on for themselves, but things that they have been told by other people.
Mm.
We live in a society where most people look at what other people are doing and then decide that's the right thing to do. But I want that to stop being you. Here is
That's what I think. Looking at other people and deciding that's what they're going to do. I think that speaks to this this how would you say viral or trend uh environment that we live in, right? Being followers. Most people are followers, first of all.
Mm.
I don't think that's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be a follower. But
By the way,
even if you're going to follow,
talking about following,
yeah.
click the like button and follow us.
Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. Please, please, please.
While we're talking about following,
If you're enjoying the show, please like the video, okay, share the stream, etc. etc. Subscribe to the channel as well. All right? Look at us, man. Getting our YouTube activity together. It's beautiful. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, so a lot of people are followers, right? I don't think that that is a problem.
Mm.
Okay. However, you cannot be a follower of your own life. You need to lead your own life. You need to be able to make decisions. So even if, let's say, if you have to become to a situation where you have to follow someone, everybody has to follow someone at some point, right?
Yeah,
There has to
yeah.
be a leader.
Just like you're following us right now.
But in that situation as well, especially in a situation where you have the ability to make choices
Mm.
on your leadership, having some strong principles of your own, right? Having a mindset of your own, leading your own life will allow you to be able to select the best leader. Because if you don't have that, then really all you are is just someone who is a pawn, and other people will just
Move you around the
right.
chessboard and destroy
Exactly.
you.
Which is what most of is happening in most of our society today, right? The banks have these environments where they lock everyone else out of it, and then they just tell you that, hey, if you uh if you go with us, we have this benefits and so on and so forth. It's not verifiable.
Mm.
So we'll push on.
why any society that has people who don't have a voice and don't have an opinion is a place where just because someone is charismatic and a good orator, then you think that they will make a good leader. And that is your criteria to choose them to get into a position of power.
Mm.
What it does there.
Man, so much going on here. So there's the US election coming up. There's all these other previous elections that we've had, all the presidential candidates that we had that has promised and promised because they were so charismatic.
Right.
But those are the ones that eventually actually end up destroying us the most. People talk about how charismatic Obama was. Obama did not do anything for the black community. I will keep saying that. People are like, oh, Obama did this. Nah, let's just be realistic, right? And then when we talk about the banks and what's going on with our society, you give them so much like you. Christmas is coming. You guys are about to see it on TV. They will advertise all this red, beautiful Mercedes Benz to you, that all psychological processing, right? And then because you allow them to control your mindset, right?
Mhm.
And they pitch it to you so beautifully, you now fall into that trap of debt, right? Into that trap of putting your money into the banks for them to give you 2%, 5% bonds.
Yeah.
Why they go out there and take your money and establish a lot more profitability than you can ever imagine. We're trying to tell you, you need to change that mindset because they have trained you. They've gotten your mind to think that you have to rely and trust them. We're trying to tell you that actually you don't need to trust them. You need to trust yourself first. Build your value first and be able to store your own value and not rely on them to store your value for you.
Yeah. You know, speaking to what he was saying there as well, there is this saying that great communication is a superpower,
It
right?
is.
I remember earlier this year, I come across this coin, which I believe was a rock pool. Okay, and so I was doing some research on this coin. While trying to do some research on this coin to find out, when is the rock pool happening? Where do I put my money? I would like to at least participate in a rock pool where I was notified ahead of time that I'm getting a rock pool. But anyway, as I'm researching this coin, I get onto this
Space.
Twitter page. Right, there was a Twitter space.
Yep.
Yes, and I think actually you sent me the link to that.
Yep. Yep.
And so I joined this Twitter space, and there is a guy there who is working on pumping the coin. I have to tell you, after sitting in there for just maybe 5 minutes, I almost went ahead and bought the coin myself. Okay. This guy was very convincing. And it's not necessarily what he was saying, but it's how he was delivering this message to the people. He was making such a connection with everyone. I felt like I was in church for a second. I think I read a paper back in the days, which also said, most of the time when Obama left the room after
Mhm.
one of those his
Big speeches.
monumental speeches,
Yep.
most people do not remember what he said. A lot of people are great orators, and they might make you seem like they're a great leader, but these are the things that are absolutely critical to pay attention to, um, because we're definitely coming across a point in time where there's going to be a massive shift, right? Crypto is
Yeah.
not going to be going away,
Money is changing
right?
really fast.
Bitcoin is going to keep dominating,
Yep.
and we'll have to be able to operate within multiple systems. And I think that is where there is that gap for a lot of people to get taken.
A lot of people do not know the definition of money,
Absolutely.
and they're allowing the so-called crowd to now tell them what money is. They're
This is true.
all like, "Oh, CBDC is not a bad thing. You have nothing to hide." That
Yeah.
is what the current
But
conversation is.
if you have nothing to hide, then no one should be worried about trying to find what you're hiding. Just it's what you're hiding, right? This privacy is still
A big deal.
privacy is still a thing. If you have nothing to hide, then, you also have the option to hide that thing.
Mm.
I don't get what people use that line sometimes like it means anything. It really doesn't mean anything. If you have nothing to hide, it's not really a thing. I don't. And listen, someone can debate me on it one day, but let's carry on with this video for now. But I don't think that line, if you have nothing to hide, is definitely
You must well put your money in front of the house and not.
yeah. It's a mind game. Is what it is.
Remember that the smoothest talking people are the ones that are easiest to con you because they have an answer for everything. They tell you exactly what you want to hear. And those are the things that should show up as red flags. Just because someone is not a good communicator does not make them less of a leader. But additionally, if you want to separate yourself from the things that are happening around you and you want to live a better life than the people that you surround yourself with, then you have to expand your way of thinking so that you always ask the question, why?
Mm.
Anything that happens around you, ask yourself this question, why? Anything that you see in the news any single day, ask yourself this question, why? Because nothing ever happens by accident. Because the moment you start asking that one question, why, then you will start seeing patterns. And these patterns will most likely lead you to the truth that is above all the headlines. Behind all the things that are happening around you in this country, across the globe, there is always a reason why it is happening. So many things happen because there are some people who sit in an office and they declare this is the direction we are going to take. And the worst part about it is, these people, unlike you and I, are not thinking in terms of days or months. These are people that are thinking in terms of years and decades, and they are okay with waiting because they.
Okay.
Hmm. That was a
There's a
lot.
couple things to unpack there. The first one being asking that question why, and then the other one is, you know,
The people deciding your life for
the
you,
people who decide your life and their long term
trajectory plans.
time preference,
Yeah.
right? What are your thoughts on it?
So much. So you know,
Begin with the why.
yes,
Yeah.
this is one of the reasons why I would say don't trust, verify.
Mm,
And that's what we do on this show. It's like we're trying to tell you about Bitcoin, and you keep asking us. You should ask us why,
right.
right? But if you see the news around you, right, we're about to enter a World War III situation, right? And the media is giving us their own definition of what's causing the war.
Mm,
Are you asking the question why? At the same time, behind all of that action, banks are taking move to move you into a centralized digital currency really fast while a war is going on. At the same time, inflation is going up. The cost of goods and services are
yeah.
going up. You should ask yourself, are these things connected and why are they doing that? Are they trying to further enslave you? Are they trying to reset the money? Ask the question why are they pushing central bank currency?
Yeah.
Right? And who are these people? Oh, you guys are just coming up with this whole World Economic Forum and IMF and why those guys don't care about you.
Yeah.
Really, ask the question why do they have these meetings? Why do all these unelected leaders make decisions that now your elected leaders act upon?
Mm,
Ask. We're not making these things up. And why does Bitcoin exist? Just do that alone. That's enough. That's what I'll say.
yeah. Well, look, I think that is that definitely is facts. Let's put it that way. Definitely asking yourself why. Yeah, it's definitely it makes a huge difference in sometimes really your outcomes as well, right?
Mm,
It's also great if you're going to be strategizing for your own future to ask why anything is happening. Um, like people need to ask themselves, why is it that I need to put my money in a 401k and then when I cannot pull it out until I'm 60?
mm,
Could it be because if I need to pull out my money now, you guys don't have the money to cover the people that you've already promised money to?
mm. Ponzi
Ask,
scheme, right?
yeah, just ask why on the most basic things. I will not even make it too complicated. Just why is it that the bank uh, is only giving me 4% interest? Why is it that these people think that I cannot withdraw more than $10,000 of my own money, despite the fact that I worked for it? I put it there. You know, the other thing that he said there was this: going against these people who sit there and make a decision, right? And these decisions will definitely be affecting your life, my life. And they have this time preference, which, is never ending.
Mm,
And I think the to be able to be in that sort of position, and this is one of the areas where I think Bitcoin definitely transforms most people's mind. When you have an understanding, a better understanding of something, they say people fear the things that they do not understand.
yep.
When you have a great understanding of something and the potential that it has, I think everything that you start to do starts to sort of formulate around that ultimate win, which you're expecting, right? And I think Bitcoin is one of those unique things that gives you that ability to have that long term
Preference,
time
yeah.
preference
Yep.
because you know that for sure if this thing is proving itself to be this solid, uh, uncorruptible form of money,
Mm-hmm.
then you would work to do everything to make sure that you can secure your share of that, you know,
Star Valley.
store of value, superior form of money, whatever you want to call it,
Yep.
SATs, so that you're able to improve your future standing and for your future generations as well. This is what people talk about all the time. Something just hit me right now, by the way. Let's I would just like to ask you guys a question here. Please leave it, drop your comments down below. Our generation speaks a lot about building generational wealth,
Mm.
right?
Yep.
Which, first of all, I think is a lot of bullshit, right? A lot of people who say this thing don't even understand what generational wealth is. A lot of people in our generation talk about generational wealth, but at the same time, a lot of people in our generation are also single, don't need no partner, want to be alone forever. So, what generation are you talking about? The generation of your spirit? Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm.
Have you noticed this before?
Yeah. The funny part about the generational wealth is that it's the generational wealth that is controlled by an external entity, not by you.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Let me go back again.
Yeah.
You cannot build generational wealth
Mm-hmm.
if you're not going to have kids.
True that. True that.
Childbirth is the lowest right now.
Yep.
Most, I mean, you've heard it, right? I don't need no man, or if it's guys just going their own way, whatever the heck it is.
Mm-hmm.
Our generation right now
Mm-hmm.
is not, most of, not all, right? Is not necessarily
Procreating as the
uh,
previous generation.
exactly procreating. So, what generational wealth are we talking about if everyone is kind of just doing their own thing? You know, generational wealth, it kind of requires a society where the people work. You know, there's nuclear families and so on and so forth.
Mm.
But maybe I'm tripping. Let me know in the comments. I would
Mm.
like to uh, engage with you guys on that. Shall we wrap up this video then?
Yes, let's go. Let's
Okay,
do it.
let's do this.
Something they are driving towards. What happens is, for every single decision that they are making, they're not thinking about this will change in the next 6 months, because that's how we think. We've been trained to think short term, while our enemies are thinking long term. Long term, what are they planning to do? And once you see that, then you'll start seeing the seeds of exactly what is happening day to day. Because what they are doing is just increasing the temperature in that water that they want to boil you alive in.
Mm.
This is my advice to all of us today. Please open your eyes and ask yourself this question: this thing that I'm seeing on the news today, why is it happening? And secondly, who does it benefit the most? And once you answer those two questions, you'll be able to clearly see what is happening right beneath your nose. That's
Incentives and outcomes.
Boom.
Hmm? Well, PK Crypto say yes. Don't trust, verify.
Mm.
This is true. This
Mm.
is what it's all
Mm.
about.
Mm.
And we find ourselves in a very unique place in society today because we have the technology that allows us to verify everything. Any other thoughts on this, Double O, before we
I mean,
wrap this up?
what a closing, man. Everything that you're seeing on the news,
Mm.
everything that you allow AI and you allow Amazon Echo or whatever it is to project to you. Ask yourself why. Why is it showing me this? Why is CNN or Fox News or CNBC? I don't even watch those channels anymore, so I don't let them control my mind, right? But I still get online and I still research articles. And what I've seen is this old push of universal basic income, the old push about central bank digital currency, the old constantly increase in inflation, and the
Mhm.
upcoming war. And I'm doing my very best to try to connect the dot. And I think you should be doing the same thing as well. I personally think that it's a money reset and they have a future state of what they want money to be. As a matter of fact, they're currently redefining the definition of money. You need to pay attention to that. We all should know what money is. Take the question, ask yourself that question, and also ask yourself, so why then does Bitcoin exist?
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with us on this Monday morning. Okay, it's been absolutely incredible. Continue to ask yourself why. These things will change your current belief. You reclaim your mind. Okay, always ask why. It makes a massive difference for you and for everyone else around you. I think we'll all be better for it. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel, STAKK. Okay, also follow the Gentlemen of Crypto. We're also on X at STAKKFin, Spotify at STAKK. Until next time, eat your vegetables, meditate, ask yourself why, and we'll catch you on Monday again. Peace.